In this clip, we're going to learn about another visualize tool inside of Maya. So in the previous two clips, we learned about Maya's editable motion trail, which is really great for tracking your arcs. We also learned about the ghosting tool, which allows us to ghost our animation and take a look at frames before and frames after a current keyframe we're on, so we're able to track the path of our motion in a different way. We're also able to get more of a broad look at the overall animation itself utilizing the ghost tool. Now let's go ahead and take a look at another visualize tool. So we'll go ahead and select our ball rig again. And again, we're using the same scene file here. And we'll go up here to visualize, and let's take a look at the snapshot. So let's go ahead and go to the Create Animation Snapshot and open up the option box. And just like we've done previously, we'll go to Edit and reset our settings just to make sure that we're working at the exact same settings. So there aren't a whole lot of options and settings inside the animation snapshot. We really just have the time range of specifying a actual start and end time that we want to track, as well as a time slider. So again, if we have it on time slider, it's going to create these snapshots based on the actual frame in our time slider, which is 140 frames, or we can specify a specific time, start and end time. So we'll keep it on frame 1, and then we'll go to frame 121, which is the end of our animation. And then we have this other option, which is the increment amount. So this is going to allow us to adjust when we want to create a snapshot. So by default it's set to 1, which means it's going to create a snapshot every single frame in the animation. So let's go ahead and just hit apply and take a look at what this does. So you can see that it creates a path very similar to the editable motion trail. However, instead of just having a simple curve to look at, we actually have a representation of the geometry itself and where it's going to be in 3D space. So you can see that as we scrub this, you can see that the ball is following exactly where that path is. So we can get a good sense of where this ball is going to travel and the arcs that it's taking. Now, of course, we do have the increment set to 1, which means it is tracking and creating a snapshot of this ball every single frame, which you can see as we get to smaller bounces and the bounces become closer together, we kind of just lose completely sort of what's going on here at the end. So what we could do is let's go ahead and create another snapshot, but before we do that, we actually need to get rid of all this extra geometry that it's actually created in here. You can see that we actually have sort of these extra geometry pieces in our scene that represent the path of our animation. So what we're going to do is go up here to Windows, Outliner, and we'll go ahead and scroll down, and you can see that we have these different snapshots, and it's displaying different snapshot groups. So what we just want to do is shift select and highlight all of them and simply delete them. So that's deleted all of those snapshots out of our scene. Now let's go ahead and make sure we have our ball selected again. And this time, maybe we'll do every 5th frame. So let's take a look at how that looks in our animation. And we can move our outliner off to the side there. And now we're tracking every 5th frame of our animation, which gives us a better look at our animation. There aren't so many of those balls that we see here that makes it really difficult to even see what's going on. And again, we could bring up the outliner, and when we're done with the snapshot, we can simply just delete these out. And then again, we can go in here and maybe change this to something like every 3rd frame, select our ball, and hit apply. And then it's going to recalculate, and now we have a brand new snapshot. And you can see that with these different visualize tools, you're able to get a completely different look at your animation that would otherwise be pretty difficult to get. Simply being able to track your arcs by eye is going to be pretty difficult, but utilizing the editable motion trail, you can get an exact idea of where the ball is traveling in 3D space, as well as the arcs on that animation, And then you're also able to edit that animation and have that motion trail update in real time. So now that we've learned about some of Maya's visualized tools, in the next module, we're going to learn how to create an animation that follows a specific path.